Okay, guys, we are joined by Jon Rahm, the captain of Legion 13, and Ian Poulter, the captain of Majestics. Jon, you fired a 6-under today to put yourself as the leader of the clubhouse. Total of 7 under, 1 shot ahead of Sergio. Tell us a little bit about your round.
You know, it's funny. Earlier this week, I was asked what was my best round of the year, and I said I think my starting round at JCB. And today is probably, if not tied for first, it's a close second. On paper, this golf course should be fairly easy, but with the firmness of the fairways, the firmness of the greens, and the wind, it can show a lot of teeth, and things can go sideways very quick. So to shoot a bogey-free 6-under, where the longest par putt I had was maybe 4 or 5 feet, it was an extremely good round of golf. Played very, very well, hit it really, really well off the tee, and that's what facilitated me having so many chances, and then took advantage of some of the ones I had, probably highlighted, but the long putt on 17, right? That was turning a good par, hopefully, into a great birdie.
I asked Sergio the same question. He also had a bogey-free round. Can you just explain how difficult it is to shoot a bogey-free round out here?
Well, hitting the fairway aside, which is no easy task in a lot of holes, you have small undulated greens where it's very easy to run off the green by just a little bit, and you go from fairway to a small semi-rough to thick rough. And those lies, those chips sometimes that can be side slopes or even downhill from maybe 5 yards off the pin are very, very tricky, because you need to be aggressive and get a good strike to get through the ball, but the ball can run out, right? I mean, the lies aren't easy, so it's what makes it so complicated. Now, if you miss the fairway, hitting the green is a very tough task, so you're already in the defensive. So it's, again, a lot harder than it probably would look on paper, right? I didn't foresee scores being as high as they have been so far, but it was quite softer Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? So seeing the firmness, it's a tough test.
Ian, you've shot 2 rounds of 2 under par, puts you at 4 under par. You're currently in T4. Tell us about the last 2 days and how you've been playing so consistent.
You sound really surprised.
I'm just, well, I told people that the last conversation I had with you was about manifesting a win, and then here you are.
It's really nice to be up here with a lovely backdrop and sitting next to Jon. It feels quite good. You know, I've played good. It was a funny day yesterday. I was 10 minutes before teeing off, and my driver broke on the range, and sent James back in to find my backup driver, and brand new putter in the bag this week. Worked, you know, really hard over the last 3 weeks in Orlando, and you know, I'm actually seeing a little bit of results, which is really nice. So, not to say I haven't been working really hard in all the other 3 years, but it's nice. This is a tricky golf course, and you know, Jon alluded to it. It's not easy to hit the green sometimes, especially if you're out of position. And when you miss a couple of these greens by a foot or 2 foot or 3 foot, you're left there kind of scratching your head, trying to work out how you want to play the shot. What's the right technique to play? The grass is laying down, it's laying against you. It's pretty stressful, but it's nice to roll a few putts in. It's nice to you know, finally have a look at the leaderboard and seeing yourself up this end, which is refreshing.
Do you think this course suits your game?
Look, there's a lot of golf courses that we play that really do suit my game. I mean, Valderrama, Hong Kong, Singapore, I've won on all those courses, so that should suit my game. But we haven't had the results. So, look, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm happy how I'm swinging it. I feel like I'm swinging it probably the best I've swung it in a very long time. The putter feels good, and that's a great feeling to hold putts, you know, week in, week out. Doesn't always happen, but it's nice this week. They're going in.
You're going to be chasing down Jon, Brooks, and then Sergio, who obviously has been in incredible form tomorrow. What do you have to do?
Awesome. Let's go.
I love it.
The old man's still got some life left, so let's see what we can do. It's not going to be easy. These boys are good, but we've got a chance. Majestics GC are in position. We're kind of, again, we're higher up the higher up the order than what we have been for a while. So I think it's exciting for all of us. You know, this golf course will show its teeth tomorrow. I think with 4 scores to count tomorrow, it's going to be hard. So, you know, you're going to get guys that can move all the way forward, and you know, we're right there in position. So hopefully, the 4 of us can put some heat on these boys.
Are you going to live up to your nickname, the Postman, tomorrow? Are you going to deliver?
I mean, listen, I feel good about my game. I feel good the work I've done. It's just nice to be up this end of the leaderboard. It's nice to be able to compete and have the adrenaline going. And tomorrow will be another one of those great days.
And Jon, back to you. Obviously, tomorrow is a huge day for you. You're out here fighting for that first position in the individual championship. Joaquin had a good day. He's right on your tail. How much nerves are there for you, and are you thinking about it as you're standing over every putt?
Listen, it's something one is aware of, right? And as much as you try, it's not really going to skip your mind because there's constant reminders from pretty much everywhere of what the situation is, right? But the overall standing is a complete correlation to what you do on the golf course. It's a straight consequence of how you perform, right? So that's what I got to remind myself and keep remembering. We're here to win a championship. I want to get my second individual win of the year. And if I play well and accomplish that, I will leave no room for error in that sense, right? So my goal is to win tomorrow and play the best I can. Obviously, the scenarios, right? If we go down 18 and I can't win the tournament for whatever reason, but I'm still in a fight with Joaco. Great, but what's going to be the best way for me to enjoy the last few holes is if I have a really good Sunday and take a comfortable lead, hopefully on the last few holes, so I can smile and not stress through it. But otherwise, it's going to be a really fun day no matter what, and looking forward to it because that's what we work for all year.
Is that razor's edge between you and Joaquin? Do you actually like that? Does it put more on the line and make you fight harder?
It's more exciting for everyone else. It's yeah. I mean, it's a championship within the championship, right? It's a weird combination, but yeah, you're definitely aware of it every step of the way. Especially having played with them the first 2 rounds, right? I mean, the leaderboards are very, very large, and in the large majority of them, you can see my info, Joaquin's info, and then the leaderboard, right? So it's something that definitely stays in mind and definitely makes it exciting, right? I think we've both had a lot of fun. Probably I had a little bit more fun today than he did, but he's a fantastic player, and tomorrow should be a really fun day.
Last one for me. Did you get to see a replay of Tyrrell's hole-in-one yet?
You made a hole-in-one?
He made a hole-in-one!
What
Can
hole?
we put it on a replay?
17?
No, 6.
On 6.
Island.
Oh, of course. No, I hadn't seen it, and I haven't seen him yet, so hopefully he's smiling.
He was for about 30 seconds.
Yeah, and he's bought drinks for everyone, so, you know.
From the free bar.
Yeah, exactly. Mike, over to you.
So Jon, at one point there was a pretty healthy separation between you and Joaco, and then obviously he finished strong. You probably had to figure that he wasn't going to go away easy.
I figured that even if he didn't finish as strong as he did today, let's say he finishes at even par, I knew tomorrow he would come out and probably have a good day, right? So almost have to play the long game, and it's kind of what I've been saying, that I try to keep reminding myself to stay within the tournament, because if I do well in the tournament, everything else takes care of itself, right? So yeah, the goal is still to win tomorrow, and if I win, I'll leave here with 2 wins tomorrow, and that's the goal.
And obviously you guys played together the first 2 rounds, but I don't think you'll be playing together tomorrow. How much did you enjoy the first 2 rounds, and does it make an impact at all that you're not playing together tomorrow? Oh, sorry.
I could give you many reasons as to why one way or the other is different, right? I think it would have been nice to be with them, just so you see what's going on. But at the end of the day, I'm still trying to win the tournament, right? So it really doesn't matter who's playing with who. The score is going to be the score.
He might be in your group, FYI.
And Ian, obviously, it's been a struggle for results this season, both for the team and you guys. How has it been a challenge to stay positive, or because you guys have 3 experienced players as co-captains that it's been pretty easy to maintain positivity?
It's been an interesting year because, you know, I think, you know, as old as we are and as experienced as we are, you know, I think we've been pretty frustrated, each and every one of us, that we haven't performed quite as well as we want to perform. So, you know, for us, we're staying pretty confident. We know we're good enough, and we just haven't been able to do it. So, you know, it's refreshing. It's nice. It's a confidence boost, I think, for the team to come out on a course, you know, especially as difficult as this one is, and kind of be in position. So it's good. You know, in amongst a year where we've been kind of propping up the rear end of that league. It's great to see us up the front. I mean, it really is. So I think everyone should be pretty proud of where we are right now, and we can still win. You know, that's the biggest opportunity for us today going into tomorrow. You know, we're only a few shots away, and you know, we could certainly do ourselves some big favors tomorrow afternoon.
Jon, you talked a lot about this individual situation with Joaquin, but I'm just curious, growing up, you don't have access to all this information on the golf course. Then you come out to big tours, and like you said, the scoreboard's showing every change in your status. So how have you gone about, as a competitor, handling all that, embracing it, dealing with just having all that outside noise as you compete?
It's really in my nature, and even from when I was a young kid, to want to know where I stand on a golf course. So even as when we were young and maybe we didn't have all the info, I would try to ask the people that knew, either to draw inspiration from maybe being behind, or to just have clarity of where things stand, right? So I've never minded having the information out there, right? It's just the truth as it is, right? Whatever you stand is just what you do with it, right? And I've always used it as a source to draw inspiration from.
And for Ian, I had a similar question for Sergio, but how have you tackled the challenge of competing against guys 10, 20 years younger than you on this tour, or even just in general over the course of your career as you've moved into your 40s?
I guess it's a mindset. I don't look that much older than Jon, do I?
Not terribly.
No,
I do look over my age. So.
It's not easy, right? I mean, you know, mentally you're playing against the best players in the world, and your body clock's ticking. So that's never easy. It's actually making me work harder. Is what it has done. You know, physically working harder in the gym, working harder on the range. Finally getting some results, but yeah, listen, it's not easy. These guys are great. It's always good to compete against the best players in the world, and you know, when I play great, I can hang right with them.
Thanks.
One more over there.
Hey, Jon. So I noticed that during warm-ups you were kind of at the back of the range warming up for the last 2 rounds. Is that just a logistical thing with short game being back there? Or?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the shortest ride to go back there, and to be honest, it's also the turf on the range. It's a little softer, so if you're trying to get some numbers of any distance control, the second you hit a shot, you need to clean the club face again. So it just gets a little bit annoying to have to clean it constantly and out of your routine. So it's just a little bit easier to do it from back there.
Great, thank you. And
You have someone to clean them for you.
Yeah, it's just the timing, right? I mean, it's.
Ian, so this week it was announced that captains are possibly up for relegation, and you being down near the bottom of the standings, I wonder if that caused any sense of urgency on your part, and that's what we could attribute to this week being so well, or?
No, I just want to play well every week. It doesn't matter where I am in that kind of order of merit position. It's not nice to be down there, and you know, I'm going to be moving my way back up, and you know, hopefully I'm not in that position next year either. So you know, there's no sense of urgency from my side. It's just I want to try and win every week, and it just hasn't happened so far.
Guys, I hope to see both of you on the podium tomorrow and here in Flash, following your wins. I can't wait. Good luck, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.